If you work in human resources, you may have heard of growth hiring. It's the solution of the limitations to traditional recruitment methods. And that's why today I'm gonna explain you how to use it to recruit the next talent that will take your company to the next level. As you'll have gathered, growth hiring is an innovative approach to recruitment that focuses on growth. For the employer, it means putting in place practices aimed at recruiting talent capable of actively contributing to the company's growth. So growth hiring will focus on 4 main pillars. Firstly, the candidate experience, which focuses on relevant interaction, fluid exchanges, and responsive feedback. Then there's the use of growth marketing and inbound marketing techniques, such as automating certain processes to save time. There's also a growth orientation. In other words, the aim is to recruit for high value-added positions. And finally, data analysis to define recruitment performance indicators. So you might ask yourself why you should switch to growth hiring. And actually the reason is really simple. The days when companies could draw from an infinite pool of candidates are disappearing. The majority of new employees want their assignments to be meaningful and their working environment to be in line with their values. In the end, companies might as well take advantage of it to recruit truly qualified profiles that will enable existential growth, rather than recruiting for the sake of recruiting. And that's where the beauty of growth hiring comes in. The aim of this strategy is to improve the targeting of candidates with the best profile, to automate and accelerate recruitment processes, and also to improve candidate experience. In short, it's all about making the process easier and faster for everyone. To set up this growth hiring program, we're gonna follow 3 essential steps. First, you need to make yourself known to the pool of available candidates and let them know that the position is open within your company. To do this, you need to work on your employer brand. You can do this in a variety of ways. For example, you can post content about your values and show the stimulating environment in which your team evolves. I also advise you to capitalize on the experience of your employees. They can be ambassadors for your brand through testimonials about their jobs and the successes of their projects. You can even offer them to co-opt in exchange for a bonus. In any case, the best thing is to be present everywhere, whether it's on job search platforms such as Welcome to the Jungle or Indeed, or in person by taking part in recruitment conferences or webinars. The second stage is the first contact with applicants, the crucial step in targeting profiles. It all comes down to the job description, which must be clear and engaging. First and foremost, there are a number of things to keep in mind when drafting it. First of all, the job title must be precise. For example, developer is too vague, and just by adding full stack to the title, you could easily halve the number of applicants and target more precisely who you're looking for. Then, of course, you need to present your company in a sexy way. It's up to you to highlight your culture and values and talk about the advantages you have to offer. By the way, add real benefits, because I've already seen job descriptions listing the legal minimum as benefits, like the number of paid vacation. And that's more likely to scare the candidates away from your company by talking about the legal minimum as benefits. Once you've presented the company, you need to identify the hard skills and soft skills that are essential for initial screening of applicants. Use a lexicon that revolves around growth and challenges to arouse the interest of candidates with an ambitious mindset, and give them numbers. Company performance KPIs, quantified mission objectives, salary ranges. There's nothing like concrete information to entice talent. And once you've written your job description, you need to show it as many people as possible. So you have the specialized job platforms like Welcome to the Jungle or Indeed, the career page on your company website, or LinkedIn. However, I also advise you to contact the most suitable candidates yourself. And actually, with Waalaxy, you can automate your prospecting on LinkedIn and cold emailing to save you an incredible amount of time. I've left you a video on the subject in the description. You can also use an ATS, an applicant tracking system, to automate the sorting of incoming CVs as soon as the first applications are received. Be careful though, ATS can make mistakes on complex CVs, so you'll need to double check them. The final step is designed to keep talented people interested in your company and the position you offer. This is surely the stage of recruitment where the human element comes into play the most. You'll need to communicate with applicants on a regular basis, giving them essential information about your process and the next steps, or sharing the latest company news to keep them involved. But above all, I would advise you to do 2 things. First of all, give them an opportunity to test their skills. It's a good way of getting them to think about the position to be filled, so that each of you can see if an alliance is welcome. And I also recommend inviting them on site to meet and talk with your team as a part of a pre-onboarding. Because as I was saying, growth hiring is all about making sure that both sides feel good. And for that, the best thing is for the candidates and their future colleagues to get on well together. Of course, pre-onboarding is the last step in the recruitment process. By following these techniques, you reduce the risk of candidates to turning to other opportunities, or at least finding them less engaging. Another important aspect of marketing is that every strategic action taken by a company must be measurable. And this also applies to growth hiring. The best known KPIs are those used to estimate the speed of recruitment and the time allocated to the process. And generally speaking, the shorter they are, the greater you avoid losing qualified profiles to other recruiters. You have the time to hire, which is the time elapsed between the start of the search and the candidate's acceptance to the offer, and the time to fill, which is the time elapsed between the creation of the position and the day the talent arrives. But you also have KPIs that aim to evaluate the qualification of candidates. There's the rate of qualified applications, the conversion rate, and the retention rate for new recruits. If these are positive, they reflect a well-executed growth hiring strategy. Then there are the KPIs that assess the operational efficiency of recruitment. In other words, the cost per hire, the offer acceptance rate, and the candidate abandonment rate. These KPIs are essential for assessing the relevance and attractiveness of your job offers, and for determining whether recruitment budgets are well optimized. And finally, you have the KPIs linked to the candidate experience, which enable you to estimate the impact of your employer brand. You'll have the NPS, Net Promoter Score, which is the probability that your candidates will recommend your recruitment process to other companies, and also the average response time from applicants following each interaction with them. Analyzing all these KPIs will enable you to perfect your growth hiring strategy and verify its effectiveness. And there you have it. If you like the video, consider subscribing. It's always a pleasure. And of course, if you have any questions, I'm waiting for you in the comment section below. See you soon for more videos.